head down. Then she goes to Vidura. Vidura says, Mate, I've done my level best in stopping these scoundrels from doing such an act. But they don't seem to listen, Mata. How much ever I've learned, they don't respect my words. What more can I do, Draupadi? Kripacharya puts his head down. Dhritarashtra. You know what is his shloka? Idam Vamshaha, he says, has the stripping begun? That was his question. Such a bad administrator. That is why all his children were dead in front of him. All 100. Why? So everybody, she goes and asks for help. All, not one, 5 husbands have put their heads down. One person stands up for her defense. His name was Vikarna. Vikarna was one of Duryodhana's brothers. He says, brother, this is not right. She's the daughter-in-law of our house. She's related to us as our sister-in-law. You cannot humiliate a woman like this. One Vikarna stood up. Duryodhana knows how to shut him down. So Vikarna too sat. Finally, when she was being humiliated like this, she realized, when nobody is there to help me, what should I do? That is when there is a beautiful shlokam in Bharatam. Jnatam maya vasishtena puragitam mahatmana mahatyaptita samprapme samsmartavyo bhagavan hari. She thinks of Vasishtha Vakyam. Vasishtha had said, in your life, whenever you face a calamity or something like a catastrophe or a disaster, and you feel nobody is coming to help you out, Smartavyo Bhagavan Hari. At that nick of the moment, think of Bhagavan. If you think of Hari, he will come. That is when while she was about to be pulled, Ekavastra Rajaswala, there was only one piece of cloth that was enveloping her. She held that piece of the cloth tight. She held the cloth between the jaws of her teeth. That is when she thought, hey Krishna, Dhyeyasada Savitra Mandala Madhyavarti Narayana Sarasijasana Sannivishtaha Keyuravan Makarakundalavan Kiriti Hari Hiranmaya Vapuhu Dhrita Shankachakraha. Hey Dhrita Shankachakraha, you are carrying weapons like Shankam and Chakram. It was the same Chakram, Pratibhata Shreni Bhishana Varagunastoma Bhushana Jani Bhayastana Tarana, that you deployed on the Asuras. Is that Chakra become a bangle to you? Is that an ornament or is that an astram? I am a Stri. Shouldn't your astram protect the Stri, thereby become an Astri? Hey Krishna, when you hold that chakram in your hand, isn't that meant to protect devotees like me? Is that an ornament to you? Are you adorning yourself with chakram, or do you know the purpose of your chakram? Shankam was blown by you at one point in time to begin a war. When Shankam determines the opening of the war, for what purpose do you hold that Shankam? Shanka Chakra, Gada Pane. You hold a Gada in your hand as well. For what purpose is that Gada? Shanka Chakra Gada Pane. People say that you may be the Paravasudeva of Vaikuntha, Yeshanarayana Shriman Kshirarnavaniketanaha Nagaparyanka Mutsrijya Hyagato Mathuram Purim, says Shastram. You have come to Mathura to bless your devotees. You blessed your devotees by lifting the Govardhanam and dancing on the Kaliya, doing a Rasa Krida. Can't you treat me as the one amongst the Gopikas, Stris, and protect me as well? Dwaraka Nilayachyuta. You may have shifted your capital to Dwaraka, but don't you treat me as your Atma Samasakhi? Am I not your friend? Dwaraka Nilayachyuta, Achyuta, Krishna, you are called Achyuta, not Chyavana, Chyavati. The one who doesn't abandon his devotees is called Achyuta. When you abandon me now, how can you have the right to have the name Achyuta from now on? Dwaraka Nilayachyuta. When Rukmini wrote a letter, she said, Shrutva Gunan Bhuvana Sundara Shrindvatante Nirvishya Karana Vivaraihi Haratom Gatapam Rupam drisham drishimatam akhilartalabam twayi achyuta avishati chittam apatrapam me. So, she wrote you and called you as Achyuta. Now I am calling you Dwaraka Nilaya Achyuta. You may be staying miles away in Dwaraka, but aren't you the Antaratma to me? Dwaraka Nilaya Achyuta Govinda. Hey Govinda, you are called Govinda, Gavam Indraha, the one who is the leader of the cattle, the bovine race. Don't you treat me as one amongst your cattle to protect me? Govinda. Pundarikaksha. Chandogya Upanishad says, Kapyasam Pundarikam Makshini, the one whose eyes are akin to the petals of a newly blossomed lotus that blossoms upon receiving the rays of the rising sun. Aren't your eyes like the lotus that will take the drops on it and shower those drops on this devotee who requires the presence of that petal, Krishna? Dwaraka Nilayachyuta Govinda Pundarikaksha. Whom do I have? Rakshamam. I have none of them who are coming forward to protect me, Krishna. In the so-called Sabha, with the so-called administrator, with the so-called Jnanis like Bhishma, Vidura, Karna, Kripa, none of them is speaking for me, Krishna. You're miles away. Why don't you see my problem and protect me, Krishna? Dwaraka Nilayachyuta Shankachakra Gadapane Dwaraka Nilayachyuta Govinda Pundarikaksha Rakshamam Sharanagatam. She was holding that piece of sari between the jaws of her teeth. Finally she said, Raksha Peksha, I should not even do this. I should completely trust in Krishna. And she left that sari and she put her hand upwards. At that moment when that sari was pulled, Alvar says, Krishna had to send the meters of cloth from Dwaraka. Where will he get that cloth from? Alvar says, the 100 sons of Kauravas, they had dharmapatnis, they had wives. All the 100 women were sporting their Mangalya Sutra with thread. Krishna took the threads from their Mangalya Sutra, loomed a beautiful piece of cloth and sent, because he thought that these people might not need any of these anymore, and he sent that cloth. So when the cloth was sent, there was a line sung by a poet in Tamil. Ottai Purattukkum Aanai Purattukkum Nadandadam Pudavai Vyabharam. Ottai Puram, the city with the holes, which means openings, Dwaraka. City with the elephants, Hastinapuram, Hasti, elephant. Between the city of the elephants and the city of the holes, there was a sari business. Krishna sent that sari. So the point in Draupadi's Sharanagati is the one who bears the Namam, who's Krishna, is 1650 miles away. But Krishna Nama was only there. More than the Nami, the Nama Sankirtanam helped her. It was Namam that brought. Dabattile Pudavaishwarandadu Draupadikku Tirunamamire. That Namam gave her. Sabhabich Krishna Krishna Draupadi Pukari Itne mein Hari aa gaye Bas anarud bhaye Surdas dware thado. Surdas says, Sabha beech Krishna Krishna Draupadi Pukari. Meera says, Hari तुम हरो जन की भीड़ द्रौपदी की लाज राखी तुम बढ़ाओ चीर हरि तुम हरो जन की भीड़. Way south in the beautiful kshetram of Tamil Nadu called Thiruvaiyar lived a Telugu poet called Tyagaraja Swami. He says, Rama, I've been asking you to come and see me, protect me, and you keep asking, why should I? Why should you not? That day when Draupadi asked for help, didn't you give her the sari? As recently as 150 years back, when Tyagaraja sung, it was 150 years back, A person called Kancharala Goppanna, Bhadrachala Ramadas called for your help, and didn't you come as Ramoji and Lakshmanoji to Tanasha and help? Nari Mani ki Jeeralicchinade Nade Nevinanurarama Dhirudau Ramadasuni Bandhamu Tirchinade Vinanurarama Neerajakshikai Neeradhi Datina Ni Kirtini Vinanurarama Tarakanama Tyagaraja Nuta Dayato Nelu Korarama Kshira Sagara Shayana. In Devagandhari, Tyagaraja says, no poet in India has left Draupadi. Draupadi's episode, there is one accusation. It seems one person went and told the judge, I would like to file a case against Bhagavan, Paramatma. He's not merciful at all. Merciless person, asks for a pound of flesh closest to the heart without a drop of blood. Immediately they summoned Bhagavan and they said, see, it seems you're merciless. Do you have any witnesses on your side to state that you have got mercy? Bhagavan immediately engaged one of our advocates, Abhishek Manu Singh, Kapil Chidambaram. So 6 of them were called. 6 of them were called as witnesses, as recipients of Bhagavan's mercy. Who were they? Prahlada, Vibhishana. First Prahlada came. Prahlada said, sir, I am witness to Bhagavan's mercy, sir. When my father was torturing me, Bhagavan came as Narasimha, sir. I am witness. Prahlada went, okay. Prahlada, Prahlada, Prahlada. 3 times they'll say, right? Then Vibhishana came. Vibhishana said, see sir, even when CAA was not implemented, I came from Lanka. They accepted me in Bharata Desham. They gave me asylum. So, Vibhishana came. Next, the attorney said, sir, we cannot call the next witness inside the court. We need bigger space. Why? Gajendra had to come. So Gajendra said, sir, when that crocodile of Masai Mara was trying to bite me, that time it was Bhagavan who came and protected me. Prahladascha Vibhishanascha Karirat. Then came Panchali. She said, I was protected by Bhagavan. Then came Ahalya. Then Dhruva. 6 people there, called Shatsakshi. Vatsalyat, Abhayapradana Samayat, Artarti Nirvapanat, Audaryat, Agasoshanat, Aganita Shreya Pada Prapanat, Sevya Shripati Reka Eva Jagata, Yeteja Shatsakshinaha, Prahladascha Vibhishanascha Karirat, Panchal, Ahalya, Dhruva. Now, 1000 years back when the commentary for Tiruvayamudi was being written, a student asked his teacher, sir, I have a question. The teacher asked, what question? When Draupadi had not 1, 5 husbands seated there, all gym body husbands, whey protein husbands seated there, she could have called out her husband's name, Yudhishthir! Beam! Why did she call Krishna's name, Hari's name? He is 1650 miles away. Why did she call? That is when the Acharya explained the answer to this question through an anecdote. I'll tell you that line what he said and then I'll translate. Bharya patiyai pidittu kondu panthayil nadandal kallidarinal amme ennuma pole. Imagine the husband and wife are walking in a park or in your city in a roundabout. Everything is a pradakshina. Vedayantam, Jagat Chakram, all of you are Sudarshana Chakra Upasakas. So when I came, I crossed about 21 roundabouts. And I done 11 more Brahma Vidya, 32. So imagine the husband and wife are walking in a garden. And as the wife walks, there's a stone there, she doesn't see, she doesn't realize, and she tumbles on it. That hits her leg. She's walking with her husband, the stone hits her. Husband's name is Suresh. What will she say? Suresh! Amma andane kathu. See, when something hits your leg, Amma is how many? 10,350 miles. Amma is seated in Arya Gowda Road, Ismambala. But why does she call her mother's name and not Suresh's name? She should ideally call, because the Acharya says you will always take the name of the person who solves your problem, not gives the problem. So for Draupadi, Bhima and Yudhishthira were not solution givers, it was only Krishna. Her devotion to Krishna was so steadfast. Imagine, at that scene where she is being humiliated, if she has to remember Krishna, how much devotion she must have had on Krishna, that Rakshishyati Vishwasaha, that confidence that he will protect me. That confidence is not with us. I don't know, I prayed. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe. Until we get that Vishwasam, we will be born again and again. See, that confidence should be there, right? Will Bhagavan protect? Sure, Krishna will protect me. Why should I worry? That confidence should be there. Well, I've told him. Let's see. Not much. Yeah. Then where will he come? People generally ask, right, if I break the pillar, will Narasimha come? Correct? They'll ask. So first, they are agreeing they are Hiranyakashipu. That's the corollary. Second, we are not Prahladas. See, had I been in Prahlada's position, my father is torturing me, I would have said, I would have solved the problem. I would have not argued with my father. He is pushing me from a mountain. He is making the snakes bite. Why will I die a gory death? I would have told, okay, whatever you say, I'll follow. That boy, 4-year-old boy, had the audacity to answer his father, Narayana is there within you and me. Do whatever you want. You break this pillar, you break. Don't even equate us with Prahlada and Draupadi. We are nowhere in their territory. Their devotion is unimaginable, unfathomable. We can't even fathom what devotion they had. For this Draupadi, see, the beauty is, Mahabharata Yuddham was fought. In Mahabharata, what did Arjuna ask? First day 1, correct? Arjuna said, Ratham sthapaya Achyuta. Achyuta, take the Ratham to the middle of the battlefield. I need to see both Pandavas and Kauravas with equal eyes on both sides. Krishna did that. Then what did he ask? He said, this Bhishma, Duryodhana, Dushyasana, they are all related to me. They are brothers, cousins. Our Mudambil Vodum Rattamum, Yan Mudambil Vodum Rattamum, Montrallava. கேட்டதை நீங்கள் கூறுகிறீர்களா? நீங்க ஆழ்வார்பேட்டை ஆண்டவன் தெரியும். He said, their blood, my blood is the same blood. Now Krishna said, see, all this is fine. Don't you know all this before? Even before coming to the Yuddham, they were your cousins. That time you said, I will fight, aha, oh, manipulative. See, Ahimsa paramo dharma. The doctor, surgeon realizes on the operation theatre. Ahimsa paramo dharma. I can't touch open. Then what will you do? Where enlightenment should not come at the wrong place. Yeah. So he said, see, all these days, you were the one who said, I will fight. Now coming to the Yuddha Bhumi, you say, they are all my cousins, they are my Atanga, Ammandi, what is this, Arjuna? What should Krishna have done? He should have stood up, got his form of previous avataram called Narasimha avataram, looked him into his eyes and said, fight. That's all. He would have passed by and he would have fought. Krishna should have done that. You know what he does? What was his question? Why should I fight them? They are my cousins. He should have given an answer. He explains Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, 3 gunas, Sthita Prajna, Devasura Vibhaga Yogam, 700 shlokas. Arjuna forgot what he asked. Krishna started telling 700 shlokas. Now Arjuna said, fine, okay Krishna, okay, I'll fight. 700 shlokas, 18 chapters, 127 commentaries. Oh my goodness, why? That, you know what the commentator says? Why did Krishna have to spell out this ultimate truth of the Upanishads? Why did he have to say that? Because he was always having Draupadi in his mind. When Draupadi cried for help, he was always of the intent, what should I do to reciprocate her devotion? That reciprocation came as Bhagavad Gita, it says. He didn't want to say, He had Draupadi in his mind. He gave Bhagavad Gita. The commentator replies, then later, during the end of Krishna Avataram, Krishna had a great friend in Dwaraka. He was Gishpati Putra. Gishpati is Brihaspati. Brihaspati is the god of speech. Brihaspate Tarapate Brahmajate Namostute. Dikshitar says Brihaspate Tarapate Guru. Brihaspati is Guru. We say right Guruvar. Guru is Brihaspati. The Guru of the Devas. He is called Brihaspati. Tarapate, his Patni is Tara. Tara and Chandra had a son. Can anyone tell what is the son's name? Buddha. Very good. Buddha. Chandra Tara Sutam. Now this Brihaspati and Tara, they were a husband and wife. Brihaspati is the Adhipati of Meena Rashi. Any Meena Rashis here? So Meena Rashya Adhipati. And generally if you have to fight for a match for your son or daughter, in the Jyotishya Shastram they say Guru should be in a strong position that time. It's called Guru Palan. Then only they will take the Jatakam to see. So this Gishpati Putra, Brihaspati's son was Uddhava. Uddhava was very good friends with Krishna. Now, this Uddhava, when Krishna is about to depart, in Gujarat, there is a place called Veeraval, Somnath. That's called Mukti Dwaraka. So Krishna was reclining there. One hunter came and shot. So few minutes before he leaving to Vaikuntham, Uddhava came and asked, hey Krishna, I know that you are the avatar of Narayana. Is your purpose served in this avatar? What purpose you had come, is it served? Krishna says, I liked everything in this avataram, but I am carrying a debt. Rinam. Rinam means debt. Uddhava asked, what Rinam are you carrying? Rinam pravriddham me. There's a beautiful shlokam. Rinam pravriddham me. What is that Rinam pravriddham? He says, I have a loan, debt. What debt? That lady called Draupadi, in the middle of the sabha, when I was not around, she trusted me in me completely and said, Govinda, come. For that Govinda Namam Uddhava, I don't think I have done much for her. I carry that debt. She, out of so much of devotion and bhakti, she said, Dwaraka Nilayachyuta Govinda. How lovingly she called me Govinda. For that one loving word Govinda, I feel I have not done much for her. I am carrying that Rinam, that loan with me. Rinam pravriddham me. So even when Krishna was leaving this lokam, he was thinking of Draupadi. Yatra Krishnauscha Krishnascha Satyabhamacha Bhamini. So Draupadi is a very important character in Mahabharata. When Krishna leaves for Vaikuntham, if he has to think of her, imagine how important Draupadi is. She has a lot. There is one, if you're all fans of literature, if you all want to know more, read. There is a beautiful natakam called Veni Samharam by a poet called Bhattanarayana in Sanskrit. Beautiful. How she vows that she will not tie her hair until it is soaked in the blood that oozes from the chest of Dushyasana. It was a very... She had that vow, Veni Samharam. Then she tied, Bhima comes and applies that blood. And it was not an easy life for her. Towards the end of the Yuddham, I hope you all know, she lost her 5 sons. It may look like they have won the war, but they lost their closest members. Abhimanyu was dead, Ghatotkacha was dead, 5 sons born to Draupadi were dead. 5 Pandavas survived and Draupadi survived. So Draupadi's characterization in Mahabharatam is a marvel. Mahabharatam is a treasure. People say, we have to bring Kohinoor from that Rani's crown. Waste. Bharata's treasure is not Kohinoor and gold. Ramayanam and Mahabharatam is the treasure. We have to protect that. That knowledge is our treasure. Kohinoor stone, what purpose will it serve? You have to keep it in some museum. What will you do with that Kohinoor? What knowledge will that Kohinoor give? You will just know diamond is the hardest substance. It has been cut 112 times. There are cuttings made, that's all. You will know the structure, the carbon structure, nothing more. Mahabharatam is India's, Bharata Desham's treasure which is given to the world. This work doesn't talk about coming to my religion, your religion. It transcends beyond religion. Whether it is Mr. John of Scotland, Hussain of Arabia, Seshachari of India, all of them are entitled for Bhagavan's grace. You don't have to be from one religion to another. You don't have to change your name to get Bhagavan's grace. Paramatma is for all. He doesn't check your certificate and understand your passport and then help. If he does that, then he's not God. He checks your passport, your jati, your gender, your orientation, everything. Oh, then finally I'll approve. Is he immigration officer? He will give moksham to anyone whom he desires. He will not ask us for approval. Anybody is entitled. A Hussain from Arabia, a John from Scotland, a Seshachari from India. Anybody can get it. That is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Samoham sarva bhuteshu. I am equal to all Arjuna. I don't see differences. From that grantham called Bhagavad Gita, which is integral to Mahabharatam, comes the central character called Krishna Draupadi. And to speak about Draupadi, the Hindu temple of central India, the members of the board, the Astikas and the Bhagavatottamas of the temple, the Bhattar Swamis who gave such a beautiful darshan to me in the temple premises, and of course my hosting family of Shri Anand, all of you have contributed, cooperated and coordinated to make this. See, I give 31 lectures in 30 days, so essentially I will have weekdays as well. So for me there is no difference between a weekday and a strong day. A weekday and a weekend. If I speak in Dallas, Bhagavata Saptaham, 7 days, 1,250 people come every day. Bay Area, 1,500 people, 850 people came every day in New Jersey. So if people are interested, if they find the topic which is interesting, they know how to manage their time, their work schedule and come. If I have to keep waiting, Vaidehi Kathirundal Mari, weekend Baki Nallan, your presidential debate is also, I don't know when is the next one, I won't have, what entertainment will I have? So on a weekday, if so many Astikas have come, it just determines and shows the amount of attachment and respect you have for Dharma, for Sanatana Dharma. May this respect grow in leaps and bounds, and may the next generations also realize the quintessence of our Shastras, so that we make that enjoyable, relatable, comprehensible to them. And may many more such opportunities of Bhagavad Shravanam be available to all such Astikas of Indianapolis. With this, I would like to conclude. It is 2 hours and 1 minute that I've taken extra, more than 2 hours. So, thank you for that. I recently authored a book titled Ramayanam Volume 1 in English. 108 chapters in English, Ramayanam, covering the entire Balakandam, entire Ayodhya Kandam and parts of Uttarakandam, 93,000 words, 108 chapters, 120 illustrations. It is in English, made available for people who can enjoy and read across ages. So the only thing that you have to do is buy it on www.giriusa.com, GIRIUSA.com. Giri USA. Giri Trading is the partner for selling the books in USA. So once you order your copy or copies through it, it is in English now. So in a fortnight's time, you should be receiving the book in your residence. GiriUSA.com. With this, I would like to conclude. Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha Swasti Prajabhyav Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Gobrahmanebhyah Shubham Astu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Namaskar.
Once again, namaste everyone. Thank you so much, Shri Dushyant Sridhar ji. I'm not spiritually savvy enough to say that was a great discourse, but I would bow my head to say that, you pretty much captivated the audience. Pretty much all of us were frozen in time. but yet our minds were clicking all the speeches that like you've been giving here. So much, thank you so much. I'm going to invite our Board of Trustees Vice Chair, Rohan Sharda, to come up and then give a word of thanks, please.
On behalf of HTCI Board of Trustees and Executive Committee, I really thank you so much, Dushyant Sridhar, because it was so mesmerizing to listen to you. I, of course, could listen only a little bit, but just your discourse was spellbound and unbelievable. Your command and the simple language, how you translated it, just unbelievable. I hope everybody could agree with me and enjoy it. Thank you. We really appreciate you coming here to the HTCI, and we hope to see you in future whenever you are in town or this side. Absolutely, we'd love to host you again. Thank you so much.
With all your blessings, I want to kind of also add in to say that there's numerous number of volunteers who work behind the scenes. So I want to thank each and every single volunteer who made it happen. Thank you so much. I know, like, Shri, thank you so much for bringing this idea and the concept here. Very much appreciated. Hope like we can do more often like this. So with that, like, we wrap it up here. If you all could do us one more favor, you could all could fold the chairs and take it to the back.